This motor is an absolute workhorse. It really is. 98 miles an hour in the previous video. I want to try to break 100 miles an hour this video. Look at that dinner plate of a pinion gear. Holy schmoly. Whoa. Welcome back to Innovation RC, guys. Today I have midnight out, and this is going to be the second time that we're running this brand new Castle motor. It's the brand new 2650 V2, so it is a higher revving motor. So we're going to be running this thing on lower voltage today. Now, the only difference between this time and the previous video is that, well, I geared up. I geared up quite a bit. Nothing crazy, but I geared up to pretty much what this road can handle. So that seems interesting. Let's hop into this. Here we are, guys. We have the same exact setup as the previous video. Look at that dinner plate of a pinion gear. Holy schmoly. This is what we ran before. Look at that gear difference. Respectfully bigger. And I will certainly say the width of this pinion gear is literally the width of the actual motor. Keep in mind, this motor may struggle a little bit, being that it is not as tall as your standard 1515. This is another 2650 1512 can compared to your 1515 can 2200. Yeah, well, this guy's gonna have a little bit more RPM, as I stated in the previous video. This guy's gonna have a little bit more torque. I think this guy might have a little bit more of a blend that you may want for top speed runs. Now, I'm keen to see what this 2650 is going to do with a little bit, not really a little, but a decent gear up. So before, what we did on 2S, we did 56 miles an hour on 2S, and then we're gonna run 3S, and we hit, what was it, like 80 miles an hour. We hit 80 miles an hour before in the previous video. Now on 4S, we hit 98 miles an hour with this thing, and that was its maiden run. Paired up with this 2650, we have the Mamba Monster X8S. That is just a staple ESC for this kind of application. You really can't go wrong with that ESC. And if you guys are wondering what size pinion gear, well, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, because I'm about to give it to you. Before, I ran a 30-tooth pinion. What's on there right now is a 39. Now, as for the spur, I said that in the previous videos. So if you guys remember in the previous video what the spur was, we are now in overdrive. Keep in mind, a gear ratio like that is actually going to require a lot more room than what I could really do out here. So I'm gonna try to have to get on it as soon as possible and just stay in it, so hopefully we can wind the motor out. First 2S, second 3S, and then we got our 4S. We better break 100 miles an hour. And if you guys wanna get your hands on any of these beautiful power bricks right here, I'll have a link right up there to get yourself some. Now, if you guys haven't done so, make sure you follow Innovation RC on Instagram. We'll have cool pictures, videos, and other cool things on there that won't appear here on YouTube, so definitely check that out. All right, so here we go. We are all zeroed out. This is going to be the first run with midnight with the huge gear up and the brand new 2650 V2 motor from Castle. Look at that. Still such a nice smooth startup. Despite the massive whopping gear that we have in there, it was still able to turn over the whole car easily. Alrighty, here we go. We're all turned around. We're gonna see how fast we can go on 2S, only 2S. Easy does it now. That was a pretty good pass. All right, let's see what that was. That was a pretty clean pass. Oh, the brakes are so much less now. Wow, 65 miles an hour. 65. And what did we hit last video? I think it was like 56. We jumped literally another 10 miles an hour. 55, 56 miles an hour, all the way to 65 miles an hour. Just on 3S. That huge gear. Oh my goodness gracious. And this is just on 2S. You know, for a second I thought, you know, that was a pretty good 3S pass. No, that is a 2S, guys. That was on 2S, 65 miles an hour. That's pretty darn good. That's really good. I'm pretty surprised. I really am. 65 miles an hour on 2S. Let's see what 3S is gonna give us. All right, here we go. We're gonna be running 3S, and with the previous video that we ran midnight, we broke 80 miles an hour just on 3S. So we need to try to get over that now. Oh my God, such a smooth startup despite how much load is on everything. All right, I'm down at the end. We're gonna see how fast we can go on 3S. Midnight needs to break 80, so let's try to do that now. I was full throttle for a few seconds. Yep, that was pretty good. No brakes. Get back here. Let's see what we got. 86. Nice. And that's on 3S. That is a great speed on 3S. Yeah, now we can hear the ESC's fan turn on. ESC is like, yeah, that's a little bit of load with this massive gear in here now. Yeah, well, no kidding. 3S, we have our 3 pins, plus 1 is ground over there. Motor is warm, but it's not hot. I definitely want to do another 2 pulls in it. I'm gonna let it cool down, then we're gonna see what 4S brings us. And finally, we're gonna be running 4S 2650 with the massive dinner plate gear in there. So we're gonna see how well this goes. Here we go, guys. Moment of truth. 4S dinner plate gear, brand new 2650 V2 from Castle. Super duper smooth startup. All right, we're all clear. I'm gonna have to get on it a little bit sooner just to make up space because we are geared in overdrive now. Here we go. We need to brake 98 miles an hour. Yeah, that was at least 98. Moment of truth. And there we go. 100 miles an hour on the dot. Very good for a smaller can too. I'm pretty surprised. Smaller can than the 2200, so there is less torque in this guy. Keep in mind, less torque means it's gonna take longer for this thing to get up to speed, at least with a much larger gear like that. So yeah, 4S 100 miles an hour. I'm pretty happy with that. And keep in mind, this is nowhere near the highest speed that we can get. At least when I'm full throttle, I have to get right off of it. So if we have a much longer road, we'll be able to get a much higher speed, of course, because we have to gear up even more. But I really don't want to do that. 2650 V2, this motor is pretty good. And again, it's not even that big. 100 miles an hour on 4S. I'm pretty darn happy we broke 100 miles an hour, the triple digit milestone, second time out with the 2650 V2 from Castle. You need more space to wind it out. So keep in mind with that gearing, we're still probably not even getting top speed. Alrighty guys, so we're pretty much done here. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe for more. And if you guys want this sweet new motor from Castle, make sure you visit castlecreations.com to get yourself some of these sweet motors. All right, make sure you stay safe and have a good one.